Thank you all so much for clicking on today's Dallas Cowboys Report video. It's a mailbag. We answer your guys' questions on our live shows. First up from Gabbis, a super chat. What do you think about Kyle Hamiliton, the sophomore safety out of Notre Dame? He's my dream safety for the Cowboys. Won't be draft eligible till 2022, though. Gabbis, I am going to be right there with you if the Cowboys don't find a safety this year about pining after somebody in next year's draft, and Hamilton's really good, so it might end up being him. From Salmon, do we sign AJ Bouye? Maybe. He has not been the same guy since he got paid after leaving the Houston Texans, but I would be open to it, like in terms of signing someone as a potential starter, but could still go with a cornerback in round one. I think that fits the mold. So, yeah, I'm on board with looking at least at AJ Bouye. From Tyson Prentice, what do you expect to see from our $90 million running back next year? Is 2021 his last year as a Cowboy? I would like to see Slim Zeke. I would like to see a more explosive Elliott. And we started to see it early last year, and then he couldn't hold on to the football, and then the quarterback got hurt, and then the O-line was all hurt, and running backs are heavily dependent on what's around them. So hopefully healthy O-line, healthy Dak makes Zeke look like a lot better player. Tristen Brown, where does Sam Ehilinger, the Texas quarterback, go? Backup quarterback, obviously. Thank you for the clarification there. I'd say day 3. Maybe he's off the board round 5 or 6, but I think later day 3 is where he ends up going. Now, if you guys want to have more draft coverage on individual prospects like Sam Ehilinger or have free agency stuff or whatever, go subscribe to the Chat Sports YouTube channel. We are live on Mondays and Wednesdays there answering all your guys' questions like we're doing right now, but it's about the general NFL. Link is below. It's youtube.com/chatsportstv. Go subscribe. I'm on there all the time breaking down everything around the NFL. From Cee Bass, tell the Dak haters to shut up. He's the quarterback for the Cowboys. Can't be any other way. Stop it. Cee Bass, I agree with you. He should be the Cowboys quarterback. I haven't dragged anyone in a while, but I'm sure I will at some point. Hit me up on Twitter at WhatGoingDown because we agree, if only the Joneses, namely Steven, felt the exact same way. From Weez the Dreamer, more likely we extend Gallup or trade him next season. I mean, probably an extension, because are you going to trade him before the deadline? No, because you're probably trying to win games with him, and you're not going to trade him in the offseason. I think what's most likely of these options is the Cowboys might decide, Gallup, we love you. You're going to get a bag from somebody in free agency. Congrats, and we'll draft somebody to be our wide receiver 3 next year, which I'm okay with doing, although you can pay Gallup if you want him, because maybe I can spend that money on a defensive player, which I desperately need, but you can find good receivers in the draft. I think we've seen that especially in recent years. From Travis Woods, Tiger's cousin, what's the chances of getting Shaq Barrett? If the Cowboys had listened to me, we would have Shaq Barrett, or at least had Shaq Barrett, and we would have had already paid Dak Prescott. For those of you who have been subscribed for a long time, when Shaq Barrett was a free agent from the Denver Broncos, this was the guy I wanted. I was desperately trying to get Shaq Barrett on this team. Cowboys never showed interest. Problem is now, he's going to get a bag, and probably a second bag on top of that. Like that, Shaq Barrett is going to get at least $17 million per year. You already paid Tank $20 million. You can't be looking down the barrel of paying your 2 defensive ends that amount of money. That's just not a path the Cowboys are going to choose to go. Now, Barrett would, I think, be up there for at least some people, after watching the Super Bowl, of course, as their dream free agent target. So, doesn't have to be realistic. Any free agent you want, who is it? This will be the pinned comment on today's video. So if you get the ad break, help me feed my family, scroll on down, and get your votes in. From Lucid, Tom, how about we do a 5-year, $200 million, or $215 maybe, and if we sign Dak, how much will the contract be and how long? The problem here is that even though your average per year, 40 on that $20 million or on that $200 million deal is about what Dak's going to get, at least should get, is right. Dak and his team want the 4-year deal. Now, if you bump it to 215, you're adding a little bit extra million per year, becomes 43. That might get Dak to go 5 years. The sides are good on the per year, but an extra year should mean extra per year with the way the contract ends up being structured. If Dak signs, it's probably going to be around 5 years or 4 years at about $40 million per year. It's going to be a lot, but you know what? Once you pay Dak, you do it before Josh Allen ends up getting more. We just don't want to learn from that. It blows my mind. All right, Allen, #Cowboys. We talk about the players a lot, but how about Coach McCarthy? What is your confidence meter in McCarthy heading into next year? Good question, Allen. There were moments I felt good about McCarthy, and there were moments I did not. A couple times they came out flat. A couple times the aggressiveness did not pay off. I think he was unquestionably an upgrade over Jason Garrett. I don't know if he is enough of an upgrade over Garrett. So for now, I'll put it right in the middle. It's a 5. He should be better with a healthy staff or a supporting cast with him. If he's not, might want to move on quickly this time around. From Arturo, do we keep Dalton Schultz and cut Blake Jarwin? I mean, that's a future problem. For this upcoming year, no. Keep Dalton Schultz, keep Blake Jarwin, have them both, let them compete, use them both if you want. When Schultz is due for a new deal, it is very easy to get out of Jarwin's contract. You can make your decision at that point. From Chris Romero, who was your surprise cut on the Cowboys? Does Tyron Smith count as a surprise cut? If so, give me Tyron. But we've done a cap cut candidate video. It's on the channel. I think if Tyron counts, that's my vote. From Chris Swanson. I like Ron more, but Chris is a cool name too. #Cowboys. Which wide receiver tight end would you take at 10? Don't be a coward, pick one. All right. I will go with who I think in terms of the consensus might actually end up being the 4th guy on this list. I assume, of course, you mean here Devonta Smith, Jamar Chase at LSU, Jalen Waddle from Alabama, and Kyle Pitts from tight end. Of those guys, I'm actually going to go with Jalen Waddle. I'm going to go with the other Alabama receiver who, yes, I have injury concerns with, but who I think gives something this team lacks right now at wide receiver, and that is game-breaking skill. Now, if you take one of these guys, you need to trade Michael Gallup because I need defensive help. Gallup is my best trade piece. I can get somebody on for Gallup that can help me out in the defensive line or defensive secondary or whatever. But I would actually go with Jalen Waddle over those other 3 guys. Now, you guys can get your votes in here for me. Devonta Smith, type in DS. Type in JC for Jamar Chase. Jalen Waddle, type in JW. Or Kyle Pitts, type in KP. Get your votes in. Let me know what you think. From Jerome, is Dak's contract dispute about years or money? I mean, yes, at some level. Like, it is about years, but years and money go hand in hand. The reason that Dak wants a shorter deal is to cash in sooner when the cap skyrockets. And generally speaking, the longer a deal goes, the more money you tack on in terms of the average per year, because the structure of the increasing cap hit allows you to do so. That's what, like, the same cap hit or the same structure on a 4-year deal versus 5-year deal, it's like an extra $2 million per year. So it is about years, but it's not about money. They're connected in the end. From Arturo again, should the Cowboys try and get Justin Reid? Would he be a good fit? I would love to. And I like the idea of going after a insane organization like Houston. If I could get him, heck yeah, I would offer the second. I'd offer the second in a heartbeat. I don't know if the Houston Texans would do that, though. From Cryptic, cut the punter. Let's go. Bottoms up. I'm out. I'm done with Chris Jones. Save the $2 million. Let's ride. From Chris, Dak is going to get tagged or signed. Let's believe it. Will we have any cap room to sign outside free agents? I like your mindset, Chris. If you pay Dak, regardless of what you pay him, it makes it easier to sign outside free agents because you have more flexibility. There's no flexibility with your cap hit if he gets tagged again. It's $37.7 million. No flexibility. You sign Dak, you drop it down to 30. $7 million extra money? I can sign a defensive tackle. Yes, you can if you pay Dak. From Lane Jumper, any chance to jump up to 8 to get Patrick Surtain, and if so, how? I don't really see the benefit in moving up 2 spots for Surtain. Now, if you get to a nightmare scenario where, like, the tackles are gone and the quarterbacks are gone, so there's not going to be a trade-up, and the corners are gone, maybe you start to consider it. But I don't think that happens. I would rather take either Surtain or Farley, who I like more, at 10, or even trade down than I do to trade up. From Jared Martinez, what about Micah Parsons at 10? I will once again hide the take in the video as opposed to tweeting it. I would rather have the Notre Dame linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, than Parsons. There's enough character stuff I've heard about for Parsons that, even though I like him as a prospect, to go along with my coverage concerns, I do not want him at 10, and I'd rather trade down for both in the end either. From Brandon Snow, thoughts on Ardarius Washington on day 2. I know there are some who like him. He is undersized. I think he's a pretty good player. I think the size will drop him down. I think I could get him in round 3. I'm open to it. I think I'd rather have Richie Grant from Central Florida, but I wouldn't mind having either of the 2 TCU safeties on my team. Nicholas, what are the chances of giving Ben DiNucci a real chance? I mean, we did. 0. Like, guys, we saw Ben DiNucci. You want to give him a real chance? Nah. Now, look, he was a 7th-round first-year guy with no reps before that game, so of course it was bad. But he's not your answer. He's just not. I'm sorry. He is not going to be the solution you're looking for at the quarterback position. I'm sorry. So pick a quarterback for me here. Type DP for Dak Prescott, type DW for Deshaun Watson, or type RW for Russell Wilson. All 3 guys in that top 10, top 5. Heck, maybe you think one of these guys is top 3 even. Make your votes. DP, DW, or RW. From Weez the Dreamer, just for fun, if it was as easy as Madden and you could change a player's position, what would you do? For example, Aldon Smith to defensive tackle, or receiver to tight end, or safety, etc. As I look at this particular Cowboys roster, if like you could promise me one of those receivers becomes a great corner, I'd probably consider that in the end. I have, like, the Cowboys did use Aldon Smith as a defensive tackle, by the way. In terms of, like, switching a player's position, I would find a big, bulky receiver and just play him at tight end, because screw blocking. Give me the game breaker downfield. That's what the Raiders did with Darren Waller, and it's worked wonders. So I think that's, like, my ideal move for the Cowboys. About Jordan Lewis to safety.